This new season would begin with new hope, and Simon Grayson bringing in some new faces. Goalkeeper Jamie Jones joined from Leyton Orient, defender Callum Woods from Huddersfield Town, Kyle Reid crossed the Pennines from Bradford City, Andy Little and Jordan Hugill would add weight up front, while Paul Gallagher continued his long loan spell from Leicester City, signing up for the full season. And the build-up to the new season would start well, with 3 Premier League teams providing stiff opposition, including Liverpool, who would once again compete for the Shankly Shield.
Towards the near post, and Garner there, it's a great save, and Josh Brynill with the tap in will put North End in front.
And the season would ultimately end well, with the promotion playoff hoodoo thrown well and truly out of the window. This wouldn't be a case of 10th time lucky in the playoffs. This would be a promotion well and truly earned. August opened at Deepdale, and who else but Joe Garner would get North End's goal tally underway. He'd also put pen to paper on a brand new deal to keep him at the club for many more years to come. But most of August would be spent away from home. The first league win of the season would arrive at Scunthorpe, while Middlesbrough would stop the run in the Capital One Cup, despite a first goal for new boy Jordan Hugill. It was a busy month. It was a steady start.
The new Football League season is finally here. 46 games with many twists and turns, lots of talking points, despair and heartbreak, joy and adulation lie ahead for every supporter up and down the country. And it's with Gallagher on that right-hand side, crosses into the box towards Alan Brown, off the bar, drops for Joe Garner, he can't put it in, and that is so unlucky for Preston North End. Alan Brown with a terrific header. It's looking as though it's going to be flung into the box, it is. There's a North End man underneath it, it's barely right, can only get it half clear, and Jake Cassidy fires in from the tightest of angles to give the visitors the lead. It got through Jamie Jones. Closing stages here at Deepdale. North End trying to get back on terms with Brownhill. Slips it forward. Chances. Joe Garner on the edge of the box. Who finds the back of the net? And North End. It's 1-1. It's Joe Garner. And North End will not go down to an opening day defeat, because Joe Garner, last year's leading goal scorer, has brought North End level.
Joe Garner continued where he left off last season.
Yeah, he was on the end of things first half. I thought he was a real handful, as he has been sort of for the last year or so now. He got into some good positions, and obviously it's a great way for him to just finish the game with a cool finish. On another day he might have just rushed it and put it over the bar, but obviously a great finish, and delight to see it at the back of the net and make sure that we've not lost the first game of the season and at least got a point out of it.
It's a bit short from Tom Clark, but Bailey Wright got there ahead of Calvin Andrew, and he tries to get a decent ball away for Little too, who wriggles away from Rose, and now trying to get across in from the right hand side. He's running in towards the penalty area, still going as Little, and it's a good save by the goalkeeper, but he can't stop it from going in, and Preston on the counter attack have got themselves in front, and it's Andy Little who will take all of the applause for his fine run. Tom Clark and Bailey Wright arriving late into the penalty area. Here it comes towards Bailey Wright, and it was missed by him, and now forced to Kilkenny, and that's another fine strike from the Aussie, and North End are 2 up right at the start of the second half. Preston look forward through Humphrey down the right hand side, taking on the defender, and he does well. Humphrey's cross is a good one. It finds Garner. Just the start Preston wanted, and it's Joe Garner. 2 in 2 league games now. Preston on the march again, and it's Humphrey who causes problems. Oh, and the defender got a touch, and Lera has put through his own goal. Preston double their advantage just before half-time. Scunthorpe give the ball away and Preston can break forward now. Chris Humphrey can use his pace. He's had a great first half. What can he do now? Cutting infield on his left foot and he scores! Just what he deserves for today's display. Chris Humphrey on the mark for the Lily Whites as they march towards their first League One win of the season. It's been a difficult afternoon for Scunthorpe, who have struggled all the way through this game. It's a poor ball and Brownhill is onto it. And the home side could be punished again. The defence at 6s and 7s. Brownhill's cross finds Garner. Oh, what a finish! Stunning finish from Joe Garner, who celebrates with the travelling fans.
Great position here for Galley to put a great ball in.
And it comes now from Gallagher. It's towards the back post. They get a punch dead steer, but it's not clear. Bailey Wright knocks it down, but there's no white shirt, yellow shirt there to meet it. Humphrey will shoot though. Oh, what a goal from the corner of the penalty area. Chris Humphrey backs up his goal against Scunthorpe on Saturday with another one against Doncaster, but this was a terrific strike. Chris Humphrey, Preston North End 1, Doncaster Rovers 0.
Yeah, what a goal.
Into the box it goes, looking for Coppinger. Jack King trying to stand him up. Avina will get time to cross. Jones is underneath it, he can only palm it, and it's in! It's dropped in! It's Nathan Tyson who's equalised for Doncaster Rovers. 4 games into the new season and an unbeaten Preston North End return to Deepdale for a home league clash against Oldham Athletic. Tom Clark comes across, plays an intelligent ball to Callum Woods, who in turn finds the man in form, Chris Humphrey. Tries to play 1-2 with Joe Garner and Humphrey's away down the right hand side. Fort's getting across him. Gallagher stood over it, whips the ball in towards the back post. There's a player attacking it, it might drop for King, who fires into the roof of the net. Tom Clark got the knockdown and it just dropped to the feet of Jack King, who fired it home from around about the penalty spot.
Tomlin is one, Adam Clayton is another. And we'll wait and see who it is who hits it. It is going to be Tomlin who plays it in towards the goal, and the celebration starts. It's going to be Kilkenny who finds Hayes now on the left hand side. He plays it in towards the penalty area and it's helped in on the far post, and it's Jordan Hugill who scores, and it's a wonderful goal. He celebrates in front of the Preston North End fans on the ground that he used to come as a boy to watch his boyhood team Middlesbrough play.
Both teams, like I keep saying, the shape has been good, so you haven't been able to break teams down. So it's
another goal, and it's Jack King, I think, who has put through his own net. Middlesbrough looking for it and charges on with Tomlin running up towards the edge of the penalty area. Luke Tomlin still going and shooting well and scoring, and there's clear daylight now between the two sides.
Here goes Andy Little down that left hand side, controls the ball with his knee before cutting back in towards the box. Joe Garner got a flick to it. It may have gone straight enough. Andy Little, we'll have to wait and see. Both players are celebrating. I think Andy Little is going to be the man credited with the goal, and it is Preston North End 1, Sheffield United 0. Up towards Jamal Campbell-Rice. Ben Davis he's turned Ben Davis, Campbell-Rice, and now he'll run at Scott Wiseman. Plays it out left towards Jamie Murphy on the edge of the penalty area. Tries to cut back in field. Humphrey stuck to him like glue. Here's Jose Baxter now, who gets the shot away. Oh, it's deflected, and it's in the back of the net. Well, it's Jose Baxter who'll go down credited with a goal. Neil Kilkenny with this set-piece routine. Tom Clark's the target. Might drop for King. Was that over the line? The referee and linesman say no. King wants the goal. Joe Garner wants the goal. Major talking point here. Did that cross the line?
I've seen it on the video now, and it's clear that it's crossed the line. Jack's adamant it's crossed the line, but it's difficult for the linesman to make a decision from there. Well, that's why it's probably goal line technology should be in place for all the teams now. But you can't complain about it. I thought the players had a right good go at it, and we'll be slightly more disappointed than probably Sheffield United were with a point.
September, which was a month of acute highs and lows. Callum Robinson would arrive on loan this month. There were 3 good wins, all with clean sheets, which would also lift North End into the playoff places. But the first defeat of the league season would also come at Walsall and see them concede 3 goals and lose 3 players, while the game against Chesterfield saw 6 goals shared, but a result that would stick in the throat.
Laird on the left, finding Buchanan who's just behind him. Now it's with Alan Brown on the edge of the penalty area, quickly closed down and looking for a free kick. No challenge, no free kick I should say from the referee on the challenge as Laird crosses in towards the penalty area, just away from Hayhurst. Callum Woods arriving now, still going as he plays it back, and Hugill scores, and he's done it again. He's got 2 goals in a week, and Jordan Hugill scores his first Preston North End goal here at Deepdale. Sawyers has gone to stand right on top of the goalkeeper now. Butler will be one of those challenging for it, the new man who goes in for it, but Tom Clark is able to head it away as Andy Taylor I should say, brings it down. Now it's Chambers in towards the penalty area, putting it across for Sawyers! Lemony Sawyers gives Walsall an early lead here in the 7th minute. Here's Sawyers trying to keep hold of it, but it just bounces away from him. Now Joe Garner trying to release Hugill. He's got a chance here. Jordan Hugill, it's a long way out, playing it square for Garner on the edge of the penalty area. Rattled in, Joe Garner with a trademark finish, and Preston North End are level. And it is richly deserved. Joe Garner back on the score sheet. Ford now chasing forward down the right-hand side, looking to try and exploit Buchanan, who's not there, and it's headed into the penalty area, and it's a goal. And it's Tom Bradshaw who scores for Walsall again. Preston still have it though with Woods, looking for Hugill, who is challenged strongly there by Butler, who leaves a bit on him as well, and they react angrily, and Hugill goes in there with his head towards Butler, and the referee is coming out, and the goalkeeper pushes Hugill down, and it's a red card for the Preston North End man, and that has made the afternoon even more difficult now. Here comes the corner now, in towards the far post, and it's there on the far stick, and it's a third for Walsall, and they have surely sealed it now. I think it's Paul Downing, the centre half, who has sealed the 3 points, and Walsall are going to claim their first League One win of the season. Hayhurst waits, left-footed, he plays the corner in towards the box, it's headed away. Comes back to the corner kick taker Hayhurst, who controls it well, and now crosses back in, and it's a really good cross, and it's an opening goal for Alan Brown, and Preston North End have the early lead in the first 8 minutes here at Deepdale. Here could be a chance for North End, and it's a poor clearance, and it falls to Garner just outside the penalty area, away from the goalkeeper, and 2-0 for Preston. Joe Garner gets 2 goals in 2 games now for him, a real calamity in the Chesterfield defence. Woods keen to try and take him on, and he gets the cross in towards the far post as Garner gets his head to it, and there's Brownhill, and it's 3-0 to Preston inside 30 minutes, and Preston North End are certainly on fire this evening at Deepdale. Trying to help it forward for O'Shea, turns away from Kilkenny. When you think about the shot, plays it in towards Doyle, into the penalty area. Doyle with a lovely finish, dinking it over the goalkeeper. Excellent finish there from the Spyrites in for Matt. Garner here in the air trying to win it. Everett heads it away. King now looking to try and use himself as a bit of a battering ram. Johnson now down the left-hand side, running in towards the penalty area. This could be the chance, and Doyle on the back stick does pull one back for Chesterfield. And now we do have a game on our hands. 11 minutes left, and Chesterfield are within 1 now. Johnson with this corner now on the left-hand side, played in towards the penalty area, and cleared away, and it's a penalty to Chesterfield. Doyle steps back, and he's ready now to try and send the goalkeeper the wrong way, and he makes it 3-3 from 3-0 down. Chesterfield are level here at Deepdale in remarkable scenes. the side promoted from League Two, celebrate in front of the travelling fans away to our right-hand side, and Owen Doyle has got back-to-back hat-tricks for the Spireites.
We're disappointed. Everybody's usually disappointed. I'm here absolutely stunned of what's happened, and I take responsibility with the team, but players have got to take responsibility. They've got to make sure that when they go out on that pitch that they have to understand situations, and we go again at the weekend. Yeah, the negativity will be around the place, but we've just got to ride and be stronger and make sure that we come out fighting at the weekend.
Woods again. He tries to go through the middle, and Preston are trying to play it delicately through. Hayes now can pull it onto his left foot, and he crosses into the penalty area. Garner's header, super save from the goalkeeper. Full stretch this time. It was just going in the far corner. In towards the penalty area it comes. Clark rising well. Bailey Wright after the second ball. Just drops to a red shirt though, and it's hacked away as far as David Buchanan, who takes a touch and then puts it back in towards Joe Garner. Will ricochet down for Bailey Wright, and Preston have the lead. Alan Brown tees up Bailey Wright, and Preston score in the 23rd minute. And in a game that could well be tight, it's Preston who take the early lead. Gallagher on the left, only Garner waits in the penalty area, and Garner might be waiting now because it's played in and by Gallagher, and it could fall, could be a penalty, and I think it will. There was handball in the penalty area. Garner steps up and scores! Preston North End double their advantage, and surely now they are going to claim 3 points from this game this afternoon. Gallagher, I think, is going to play this one in towards the box. Here comes the free kick, and there's the goal, and it's Tom Clark who scores. Preston's perseverance pays off. This is Garner in towards the penalty area here. Oh, he goes down in the penalty area. That's a clear penalty, and Joe Garner with the chance now to perhaps make it 2-0. Now Joe Garner with a chance to score his 4th goal in as many games from the spot for North End. And his 2nd penalty of the week, and he scores! It's in for Preston, and it's Joe Garner who gets involved again, and he dives around in the penalty area.
October saw a Super 6 successes for Simon Grayson's Stars. They would take to the skies for a Tuesday night bumpy flight to Gillingham. There'd be a first ever competitive visit from Fleetwood Town, which saw Graham Alexander return to Deepdale. But Joe Garner it was that would leave with a huge smile on his face. And the match ball, the Whites were on the move.
Alex Gilby, who's trying to run away from Brownhill, lays it off this time, and it's Sanchez Watt in towards the penalty area. Gilby's deflected shot is stopped by the goalkeeper, and then it's followed home, and Preston North End are behind. Kilkenny plays it out wide for Wiseman. Wiseman able to try and run forward, and still going here, Wiseman in towards the penalty area. Wiseman hits it and scores for Preston. Fantastic goal for Scott Wiseman. North End are level just a few minutes after going behind, and Scott Wiseman produces a fantastic strike. It goes up towards Joe Garner. He wins that one in the air, and it almost fell kindly for Alan Brown. Chris Humphrey might reach it, and this could be Brown! Preston score again! 2nd goal in 3 minutes. And the long-range shot will come in. Oh, that's a great goal from Colchester, who are level through Alex Gilby. Preston are attacking with a great deal of pace at the moment, although Buchanan does inject some life into it now. Square for Paul Gallagher, and Gallagher hits it well. Great goal! Paul Gallagher, who was overdue a strike this season, gets his first of the campaign. And from 25 yards out, it's Gallagher's turn to shine. And Preston are back in front at the start of the 2nd half. Freddie Sears tries to win this one, but he's lost out, and it's Preston pushing forward again with Gallagher trying to find Humphrey in towards the penalty area. This could be 4, and Humphrey does make it 4 for Preston North End. There's as daylight now between the two sides. Chris Humphrey gets in on the act. And now here's Robinson running forward down the left-hand side. He's got one defender to beat into the penalty area. Robinson goes for it, and it comes off the crossbar. Stunning effort there from the on-loan Aston Villa man.
We want goals coming out all around the pitch, and we had 4 different goal scorers today. We're not just relying on George. He's done fantastic this season for us, but it was nice seeing other people getting on the score sheet. But most important, it's all about them 3 points and keep that momentum going.
Preston still have it, and it's Reid now on the left-hand side. Reid trying to play it early in towards the penalty area. Garner gets it, missed by the defender. This could be Humphrey on his left foot, and it's a goal for Preston. And Chris Humphrey continues his goal-scoring streak at the start of this season. It's his 4th now for the Jamaican, and he puts Preston North End ahead. Lyons now is a long way out, shaping to shoot as he places in towards the box, and it's a decent header as well, and Port Vale are level, and it's Tom Pope who scores a Route 1 ball in towards the penalty area, and he rose highest in the penalty area and got his header down. Lost at this stage of the competition last season against Oldham after receiving a bye in the first round. There was a victory a couple of years ago at Morecambe by 4 goals to 2. Here's Gallagher trying to find Garner, who clips it early into the penalty area, and that's a stunning goal from Joe Garner, lobbing the goalkeeper from right on the edge of the penalty area. There was nothing that Chris Neal could do there, but watch it loft over his head. That was stunning stuff from Joe Garner, his 8th of the season, and Preston are back in front in the Johnston's Paint Trophy. Preston playing with so much confidence, it would seem, at the moment, as it comes out wide looking for Humphrey, who receives it from Clark, and now he's got Dickinson to try and run at, and he skips past him very easily indeed, and now Humphrey's running in towards the penalty area. He's still going now. Can Humphrey finish it? And it's Gallagher. Can he score? He does! 3-1 to Preston. Chris Humphrey set it up. Paul Gallagher finishes it off. It's his 2nd goal in 2 games now, and Preston North End are clear in this game. This is with Port Vale out towards the left-hand side looking for Dickinson, as Dickinson tries to cross in towards the box, and it could be another chance, and Port Vale have got one back with a couple of minutes to go, and maybe this one isn't over just yet.
The lads kept working well. Obviously Joe scored won the goal, and Galley's got himself a goal, so good performance overall. Obviously towards the end we conceded the late goal, so it's a bit of a backs against the wall and defend really, but I think overall it was a pretty good performance from us.
Up towards Garner, the target. Headed though by Zubar. Garner gets the 2nd ball, goes to ground. Garner will get the 3rd ball. He'll run at the defence here. He'll find Kilkenny. It might drop for Gallagher. Pokes towards goal, and North End have the lead. Paul Gallagher has 3 and 3 for Preston North End, and with less than 5 minutes to go to the break, it's just possibly a deserved lead for North End. Preston North End 1, Port Vale 0. Garner the target. Zubar all over the back of him. And Garner gets up, and Zubar's had a go at him. Zubar has punched him. The referee's not seen it again. Unbelievable. Garner just waves away, walks away, kept his candor, but here goes Port Vale on the attack with Marshall. Referee stopped it. Surely it's the red card. It is! And quite rightly so. Now it's Buchanan trying the back heel. Finds its way to Alan Brown, who'll attack the penalty area. Alan Brown lines up a deflected shot, and North End have won the game! Surely now, Alan Brown has put the seal on it with a low shot from around about 22 yards.
Corner kick, and it's going to be Gallagher who will take it. Played in towards the penalty area, gathered by King, who lays it off for Humphrey, who can cross again in towards the box. Garner arriving, this time it is in, and it's Paul Huntington who scores on his first league start of the season. He returns with a goal for Simon Grayson, and it's a strike that has been coming for the Lily Whites, and Preston North End do get themselves in front just before the hour mark here at a very windy Priestfield Stadium.
It's a new team with plenty of familiar faces at Deepdale today. For the first time ever, Preston meet near neighbours Fleetwood in competitive action. The Lily Whites are in form with 6 straight wins in all competitions. The Cod Army are led by Graham Alexander and playing at their highest level in their history. They started the season well but have lost their last 5 league away games, scoring just twice in the process. History counts for nothing on Derby Day, but Preston will hope their superiority rules today. We've got 3 on the edge of the box now that break in towards the middle. Here it comes towards the far post, and it's an immediate goal. And it's for Fleetwood, right on the edge of the 6-yard box. I think it's Stephen Jordan who is celebrating. Gareth Evans just controls it and manages to try and lay it up here for Sasovic down the right-hand side, who drills it across the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's another goal for Fleetwood. I think that's an own goal, although there will be celebrations and claims. Gallagher with the corner, in towards the box, cleared only as far as Kilkenny on the edge of the 18-yard box, trying to play it back in. Here it comes, Garner's header, Preston are back in it. It had been coming, and Joe Garner, captain today at Deepdale, has scored for North End with half an hour still to play in this exciting local derby, and it's game on. Plays in towards the near post, it's a poor delivery this time. Sasovic gets it away as John Welsh gets it back well down towards Gallagher on the right-hand side. Welsh, such an intelligent player. And a good cross as well this time. And it's headed down, and Preston have scored again. And guess who? It's Joe Garner. 2 in 3 minutes have brought Preston North End level, and it just had to be Joe Garner, the boyhood fan, who has brought Preston level. King upfield. Kevin Davis heading it down. Garner hitting it! Fantastic goal from Joe Garner! His hat-trick is complete, and that is an absolutely unbelievable goal from Joe Garner, who will take all the plaudits this afternoon with his 3 stunning strikes. None better than that hat-trick goal that has turned it around for Preston North End today. And surely 3 points are going to be going Simon Grayson's way this afternoon. What a comeback and what a player. Joe Garner at it again. It's Preston North End 3, Fleetwood Town 2.
2-0 down at half time. To come back and win 3-2 at any level's a big thing. And like I say, we were a strong group of lads in there. We worked very hard for each other. And we've come away with 3 points, which is very nice.
You know that Joe's going to get chances throughout the course of the game, and just delighted that he's took his opportunity. He's our talisman, he's captain, and fantastic performance by him. But it'd be first to credit the other players that came on and affected the game, and the other players that sort of got the backsides into gear and helped contribute to it.
I used to stand on the town end myself and watch the games, and to captain the side, score a hat-trick at Deepdale. It was a dream come true, really, but I think our ultimate ambition is to get Preston promoted, and I'll do everything in my power to do that.
Leighton Orient on the front foot, chipped in towards the striker, the Italian striker Plasmati, but North End have mopped that one up, and now it's Gallagher taking over on halfway, chips the ball over the top, looking for the run of Chris Humphrey. He's free on the right hand side. Can the cross be a decent one? Callum Robinson will put it into the back of the net, and North End have taken the lead. On 19 minutes, Callum Robinson with his first ever Preston North End goal. Free kick to North End, whipped in towards the back post. Tom Clark, the target, knocks it down. Is it going to go in? It is! And North End have got that second goal. It's Paul Huntington who's got it, and Tom Clark's made an immediate impact from the free kick, nodded it back across goal, and Paul Huntington with his second goal in a week makes it Preston North End 2, Leighton Orient 0.
November saw Preston North End avoid a potential banana skin in front of the television cameras in the FA Cup. But they would lose their first 3 league games of the month, including their heaviest defeat of the season at Rochdale, and the only home league defeat of the season to Bradford City. A win at title rivals Bristol City would be the highlight, but it came at a cost. Losing Joe Garner at half-time with a shin injury, it meant we wouldn't see him again on the pitch until February. Jermaine Beckford would arrive though on loan and would go on to play a massive part in Preston's promotion party.
So free kick here to Rochdale on halfway. Scott Tanzer with it, left-footed ball forward, in towards the back post, it's headed in, is it? It is! Rochdale have taken the lead! It's at Jack O'Connell! Dawson tries to turn away from Kilkenny, it's terrific play again from Rochdale, and now it's Rhys Bennett going down the left-hand side, up towards the edge of the penalty box here. Bennett with a cross, could be two, it is! And the flag stays down, and Rochdale have doubled their lead, and the goal scorer this time is Ian Henderson. Long ball forward from the goalkeeper. Wiseman's touch is not the best. Oh, there's a chance here. Surely it's going to be three. It is. Oh, terrible indecision in the North End back line. Davis with a lovely flick into the path of Buchanan, attacking the penalty area. Can he get it across to Garner? Will it drop for Garner at the second attempt? He's won a penalty. He has. North End have got themselves a spot kick. The referee is making sure everybody's outside the penalty area. Joe Garner steps forward and he's saved by Conrad Logan, who dived away brilliantly to his right-hand side.
And as him offloads it towards the left-hand side. Still, this is a chance for Swindon. Trying to find it in towards the feet of the Wanderer. Bounces off the challenge. Gladwin crosses in, takes a deflection, and there's the goal. Swindon have scored. And I think it's Michael Smith, the one celebrating right at the end in the final 6 or 7 minutes. Swindon do have the goal. And it's going to be hard for North End to come back from that now.
I think Simon Grayson gave his players the message he says he always gives when his teams are drawn away against lower league opposition. Make sure you're not the big FA Cup story tomorrow morning by going out.
Well, that's what every Football League manager would have said to all the teams over the weekend. Don't be that side that ends up on the back of the paper being defeated.
Given away rather easily in midfield by Havant. Here's Robinson seeing plenty of the ball. And this time it's away by Brian Dutton, the experienced defender. He and Ed Harris, the old firm at the back. And now Robinson's got in behind. Preston, can they get the lead here? Yes, they can. It's Callum Robinson for Preston North End. It's taken them only 7 minutes to go ahead.
You're always going to get chances as it's still 1-0, Ian.
Got to hang on in there, they haven't in Waterlooville. Alan Brown was trying to find a way through there, the 19-year-old. Broke into the team late last season after being picked up from Cork City in Ireland. Gallagher, who sets up so much, and it's another wonderful goal from Robinson. 2-0, it's his night so far. And so far he's destroying the dreams of Havant and Waterlooville.
Well, it's all down to Paul Gallagher with his great trickery and movement, and puts a brilliant ball in with the wind behind them now. I'll have to take it down a club or two. So the tiredness just allows Preston to really play short passes or long passes.
Brown is the player who's gone down here, and the referee is going to be reaching into his pocket. And it's second yellow for Brian Stock, who is dismissed, and Havant's problems mount here. He picked up that yellow card in the first half, but Brian Stock is sent off against his old club. Reed's cross. Robinson, is that the hat-trick? Oh, off the bar! And then another save to deny Brown, and this time Robinson! Now, is that handled on the line? If it is, it's a penalty and a red card. Goes from bad to worse. The referee's got no choice here. And poor old Cummings, I think, knows it. He's already on. He knows it. He's not even going to wait. And Havant and Waterlooville are down to 9. That's plain cruel, really. Oh, and the goalkeeper got a lot on it. Couldn't quite keep it out. It just had too much power. Hat-trick for Callum Robinson, the 19-year-old on loan striker from Aston Villa.
Corner for Bradford, and it's another one of those awkward set-piece routines as three break from the penalty spot in towards the box, and that came off Jack King, the inside of the penalty area, and in. Rory McArdle is the one celebrating it, and it's going to be celebrations for the visitors.
Cleared by McCardle. Scotland will get there ahead of Callum Robinson, who does well. Robinson now in towards the penalty area. Robinson still going. Could be a goal, and it is! And Preston have scored, and it's Joe Garner. It had to be, who have scored in the final 5 minutes, and things are level now. Just in the nick of time, and there's 5 minutes now for one of these sides to go on and win it, but it's Bradford who are going forward straight away, and it's with Yates on the edge of the penalty area, trying to curl it in towards the far stick, and he's done it. Can you believe it? Having drawn level just 60 seconds ago. Kilkenny wins this one as the ball breaks to him, and he's keeping himself on the ball too. And now he releases Garner down the right hand side. Robinson arriving, Humphrey on the overlap. It comes towards Humphrey, who plays it in towards the penalty area, and Callum Robinson finishes it off, and Preston North End are in front just before the half-hour mark. In form, Callum Robinson applies the finish for his 5th goal of the season after Chris Humphrey laid it on a plate for him, and suddenly North End are in front despite Bristol City's good start to this game. And it is the advantage to the visitors at this top of the table clash in League One this afternoon. It's Bristol City 0, Preston North End 1. And crosses it in field. It's a long way out here, wide, but Preston still have it. Wiseman on the right hand side. Pulls it back for Tom Clark. He can whip a ball into the penalty area. Laird's arriving! It's a flying header from Scott Laird, and Preston are in front here at Oldham. Mills. Out wide again for Fort. Mills just has to let it go. He'll get it back on the left-hand side. Again, the cross comes in from the left. And Pollion's arriving. And Dominic Pollion brings Oldham level. Jones to Mills. In some space on the left-hand side. Oldham cranking up the gears now. Into the penalty area, and square for Philliskirk. It opens up for him, and he scores! Danny Philliskirk gets his 5th goal of the season to turn it around for Oldham. Hayhurst with this free kick, in towards the penalty area. Huntington helps it down, Clark follows it up, and Preston are level, with 10 minutes to go. Preston have brought it back, and now we are all square. Philliskirk with the first penalty, and he sends Stockman the wrong way to put Oldham in front. The perfect start. Scott Laird for Preston. He scored in 90 minutes, and he scores the opening penalty kick in this shootout. Liam Kenny now for Oldham. Again, he sends Stockman the wrong way into the corner. Excellent spot kick. The experienced Kevin Davis now for North End. Here he comes, he steps up, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Neil Etheridge keeps out Kevin Davis's spot kick. It's advantage Oldham. Mike Jones now to put clear daylight between the two sides in the penalty shootout. Oh, but it's saved by Stockman. The German delighted. A great save. Neil Kilkenny now to bring Preston North End level in the shootout. Here he comes, and he scores, bottom right-hand corner. Fort now for Oldham. Here he comes, quick run up, and it's another excellent penalty into the roof of the net. Here's Hayhurst for Preston. He scores with aplomb. No problem there for young Will Hayhurst. Kasunga now the defender, rolling up and slotting it away. Preston behind again. They must score now. And it's Jermaine Beckford. Here he comes. And it just about creeps in. He had to score. And Beckford did with the pressure on. Napoleon now for Oldham. Here he comes. Hits it with power down the middle and scores. We're into sudden death. John Welsh must score for Preston, and he does. Excellent penalty there from the midfielder, and this drama goes on in this penalty shootout. Mills for Oldham, he scores. It's been expert penalty taking so far tonight. Kyle Reid for Preston. Just about goes in, confused the goalkeeper, but it is 6-all. Here's Wilson now for Oldham, and he scores. They just can't miss at the moment. Buchanan for Preston, the pressure really on. And he scores.
Another good penalty from the left back who doesn't often score. Dieng for Oldham. Down the middle, nothing Stuckman could do about that. Wiseman now with a long runner for Preston. And into the top corner, the keeper went the right way, but there was too much on it from Scott Wiseman. Wilson for Oldham now. He scores. This shootout will continue. And Stuckman got fingertips to that one. Huntington for Preston. Here he comes. And he scores, and it's 9-all. This is Etheridge, the goalkeeper. It has come down to the keepers, and he blazed it over. Neil Etheridge gives Preston the chance to win it now. It's the giant German, Torsten Stuckman. So often the Germans come out on top in penalty shootouts. Now it's Stuckman's turn to win it, and he does. 10-9 to Preston in the penalty shootout, and Torsten Stuckman is the hero in the shootout yet again for Preston as they book their place in the next round of the Johnstone's Paint Trophy.
Humphrey's just being pushed away, so Gallagher will play this one in towards the box where all the big men are waiting. As the ball comes in now towards the far post, Huntington with the header, and Paul Huntington scores an early goal in the first 5 minutes against his former side, and Paul Huntington gives Preston the perfect start. He's running into trouble, into a yellow brick wall, but Neil Kilkenny wrestled to the ground and loses out as Yeovil will try to run forward again. Preston do win it back with Humphrey, and now Reid able to step forward, and well, strong challenge from Innes was a bit high, and it's a straight red card for the Yeovil defender. And Jordan Clark crossing into the penalty area, Josh Brownhill heading it away, and now Kevin Davis on the halfway line. Hasn't got any support, although Gallagher is making a run in field now, and Kevin Davis picks him out, and it's Gallagher now in towards the penalty area to wrap it up for Preston. Great finish, and it's going to be a great win for Preston here on the road. Paul Gallagher scores. It's 3 points for North End to end a week with 3 wins.
December, and Christmas could be celebrated by getting back to unbeaten ways and moving forward in both the FA Cup and Johnstone's Paint Trophy. The final month of the year would also bring Jermaine Beckford's first goal in the Preston North End shirt, while Sylvan Ebanks-Blake would train and eventually sign for the Lilywhites.
Gallagher ready with a delivery from the right-hand side. Not too much movement at the moment in the penalty area. Clark is now starting to move, as is Huntington. Here it comes in towards the penalty area, towards Huntington, who I think just took it off the head of Tom Clark there, trying to get in on the act. Reid on the left-hand side backing up Woods, and trying to find room for the cross to the dead ball line. Fires it in towards the penalty area. Huntington there again, and he scores. He just can't stop scoring at the moment. And Paul Huntington gets 2 in 2 games now for Preston North End. And it's a remarkable run in the first team for the defender at the moment. It's with Brownhill getting away from Grant. And now Gallagher. And this time it falls to John Welsh with Wiseman in loads of space on the right-hand side. Preston now ready to cross in towards the penalty area. Kevin Davis couldn't quite get his head to it as Clark here, and Weiler has to clear it away, and this is Gallagher now. The goalkeeper's out of position, and Gallagher goes down inside the penalty area, and it's a penalty, and all that came from the headed clearance from Jason Lutweiler. Gallagher still waits with his back to goal. He is ready now. Takes a couple of steps backwards, and now turns, runs up, and blazes it high and wide. Unbelievable miss there from Paul Gallagher, and it's a let-off for the League Two men. Laird here trying to close him down, gets to him, but Baker's still drifting in field, and lays it off towards Potter, and now Lewington just putting his foot on the ball and playing it out wide. And this is a chance now for Daniel Powell to try and run forward. Wiseman holds him up, but Powell's still going, and just trying to fend off Scott Wiseman as it comes out wide again. And this is Ali now running in towards the penalty area and trying to find a way in. And MK Dons have scored just before half-time, and it is a vital goal at the top of the table for MK Dons. Wiseman on the halfway line
finds Gallagher now, does well to turn on the right and play it first time into the penalty area. Beckford's arriving, and again he misses the header, but Wiseman might follow it up, and he does on the volley, and Preston are level with just over 20 minutes to go. Stunning finish from Scott Wiseman, the defender showing what he can do at the other end in the 18-yard box, and Preston finally get what they deserve in this game. Preston 1, MK Dons 1.
There's a long way to go, isn't there? Everybody's still got plenty to play for. We're in a decent position, we've got a platform to build off, and I suppose all the other teams around us will be saying exactly the same thing. It's what happens come the end of April, May time that really matters. So we're in a good position, and hopefully we can go from strength to strength.
It's a big game. I mean, two teams at the top of the table. We knew potentially one of us could go top of the league depending on the results. That's where we want to be. We want to be in that top two, try and win it if we can. So two good teams came together, but I thought we dominated for large periods. So yeah, there's a lot of frustration around in there, but we take the positives, I think, from the performance. I think there's a lot of good positives with creating chances, and I think, as the manager said, when you're creating chances, eventually they'll start going in. I think for myself and Bex, we just need a goal to get us going, and it all boils down to confidence things with strikers, and we'll keep plugging away. Big game for us on Tuesday, and then the one following that next weekend. So we'll keep going, and I think there's plenty of positives to take from the performance today.
Reid ready with this corner. Left-footed, it comes in towards the penalty area, and too close to the goalkeeper, but he's missed it. And I think it's Huntington who is celebrating yet again his 5th goal of the season, and a bit of a gift after Roy Carroll couldn't hold the cross.
One added minute to be played at the end of this first half. Northend have a throw-in on that far side, taken by Kilkenny towards Davis, who flicks it down into the path of Beckford. Is this the moment for Jermaine Beckford, who shoots towards goal? It's in, and Northend have got the lead in injury time in the first half, and it's Jermaine Beckford with his first goal for Preston North End. And how cool did he take it?
And it's Gallagher here coming in towards the penalty area, looking for Huntington and Clark, but instead it might fall for John Welsh, and surely that's a penalty in the 18-yard box. It is. John Welsh clattered there by Luke Berry, I think it was, in the penalty area. No doubt that that's a spot kick, and Preston have got the chance now to take the lead from the spot. He walks back now towards the white line, turns, sprints and hits it into the bottom corner. Goal for Preston North End. Paul Gallagher scores from the spot. 16 minutes gone. It's Preston North End 1, Barnsley 0.
Paul Gallagher stepped at the same place. He missed one from a couple of weeks ago. Were you a little nervous?
I didn't watch it, to be fair. I changed my mind on watching penalties, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Obviously the crowd reaction tells you that it's gone in. He obviously had plenty of confidence in the ability that he'd hit the target. Couldn't get any worse than the previous one, I suppose, but just nice for it to get that goal, and we've obviously been very hard to beat over the last few weeks. Once you get in front, there's another clean sheet, which shows a lot of testament to the players out there. So yeah, we know we're pleased, but we can work on better things, that's for sure.
Beckford being closed down by Stewart, who was strong in that challenge, won the ball, and he finds it to Cooper, out towards a Jose now on the right hand side. Back to Cooper it comes, the teenager shoots, and he scores! And Crewe in front in the final 10 minutes, and the teenager who has just come on has got his 3rd goal of the season. Free kick for Stuckman. Upfield it goes towards Kevin Davis. He flicks it on and looks for Beckford. In the penalty area, Beckford scores! Preston are level within a minute of Crewe going in front. Jermaine Beckford brings Preston North End right back level, and now we're on for a grandstand finish here in the final 7 minutes at Gresty Road. It's Crewe 1, Preston
1. January started so well, with a 3rd round FA Cup win over Norwich City, but they wouldn't win again in the month. Positives could be found though, with the loan signing of Sam Johnston from Manchester United and the capture of Daniel Johnson from Aston Villa for 50 grand.
Huntington with a free kick for North End, in towards the man making the runs, Jack King. He heads it down, Gallagher's there, and North End have got the lead! It's Preston North End 1, Norwich City 0. Michael Turner will head away from the back. Jack King with another strong header. Beckford will try and win it. It won't drop Beckford's way. Norwich City though not convincing with their defending, and Kyle Reid has it in towards Gallagher. 2-0, and Northend's passage into the fourth round is surely there now. Northend 2, Norwich City 0.
Gallagher crossing in towards the penalty area. Beckford's header, what a save by the goalkeeper at the near post. Beckford thought he'd scored. Gallagher gets it back again. He thinks about the cross on his right. He does play it in towards the penalty area. Beckford's header, another great save by the goalkeeper as O'Donnell flung himself at it. As Walsall here get ready, it's going to be the right-footed option, and that's the goal. And it's a goal from Walsall at the end that has put them in front. Baxendale's running after this one. Wiseman gets there first, and his back pass is a poor one, and it's with Bradshaw in towards the penalty area, through the legs of the goalkeeper, and Walsall have scored again right at the end, and Tom Bradshaw has put clear daylight between these two, now going into the second leg at Walsall in a couple of weeks' time.
Baxter stood over this free kick on the right hand side. In it comes now. Tom Clark is there again, but it's headed back in towards the penalty area. There might be chances here for Sheffield United. Shot from Michael Doyle. It ricochets down, and then it's looped into the back of the net. It's Mark McNulty who's got it, I think. It is Mark McNulty who scored. Tom Clark heads it down, looking for Brownhill, who takes it on his chest, but he's been pickpocketed, Josh Brownhill, and here goes Sheffield United on the break. And this is a real opportunity now. McNulty might get on this. Campbell Rice is there on the edge of the penalty area. Campbell Rice onto the right foot. It's 2-0. Straight through Thorsten Stuckman's legs. Brownhill, can he repeat what he did against Burnley in pre-season? Brownhill steps forward, right-footed. Yes, he can. He's put it into the top corner, and Northend have got one back.
Here's Buchanan on the left-hand side, but he just gets held up, and it's one back, and it's with Dagnall now running in towards the penalty area, taking on the early shot, and he scores. And it's Leyton Orient who are in front, and Preston are behind in the first 5 minutes. There is a two-man Orient wall, and it's Gallagher here who plays it in towards Beckford. 1-1. Super stuff from Preston, simple from the free kick, and Jermaine Beckford scores his third goal of the season and his first here at Deepdale. Wiseman on the right-hand side, trying to make a run in towards the penalty area. Wiseman here, no stopping him as he plays it square, looking for Reid in the 18-yard box now. Reid going on his left foot, and is he tripped in the penalty area? Yes, he is. It's a penalty to Preston. Walks back towards the 18-yard box, turns, sprints, hits it, goal! Preston are in front, and it could be a crucial one in the automatic promotion race. Preston coming from behind here against Leyton Orient. Orient here on the left-hand side, looking here for Dagnall, who has it on the edge of the penalty area. Still Chris Dagnall going in towards the box, and he scores. And Leyton Orient are level, and it's Chris Dagnall who has been excellent for them all evening. And Huntington switching it out wide. Gallagher controls it, and he's got some space now to try and exploit as he tries to hit it early in towards the penalty area. Missed by the first defender. Falls to Humphrey. Oh, it's just wide. I thought that was the moment for Chris Humphrey. Final knockings in this first half, in towards the penalty area, cleared away, and it's a goal, and it's Yeovil who have scored, and it's Gozi Agru who gets it. 2 in 2 games for him. John Welsh here, leaving it to Kevin Davis and flicking it forward for Ebanks Blake in towards the penalty area, away from the goalkeeper, and Ebanks Blake scores, and Preston are level with 15 minutes to go. The goal had to come, and it has come. It just won't sit for anyone in the box as it's headed around, and it's a bit of head tennis at the moment. Neither team can really make the most of it, but it might fall for Preston, and Ebanks Blake onto the roof of the net, and he thought he'd scored. He was up and celebrating. Ebanks Blake now challenged unfairly. Free kick goes Preston's way. Gallagher and Reid stand over it. It is Gallagher who hits it. Oh, and it's a great goal. Paul Gallagher scores, and Preston North End are in front in the FA Cup 4th round from the free kick, expertly taken, and Paul Gallagher continues his goal scoring form this season, his 9th for the season, and it's Preston North End 1, Sheffield United 0. This is Baxter playing it out wide for Murphy. Murphy brings it down under pressure from Woods, and he got caught there by Woods, and that's going to be a free kick for Sheffield United again. And free kicks from this sort of area are just invitations for Baxter to try and curl it in. However, he's took it short, and it's Murphy running it in towards the penalty area, and Sheffield United have equalised this time. And it's Diego Di Girolamo who has scored for the Blades. As Reed plays this one in towards the penalty area. Clark's header, great save by the goalkeeper, denied again, Brown hits it, and it's cleared again for a third time off the goal line. Remarkable defending from Walsall there. Preston just cannot score in this game. Brown again has it, turning, finding Jack King, takes a deflection, and looks upfield and just punts it long. Ebanks Blake is the target, and he tries to get there, and he does. And now it's Adam Brown on the edge of the penalty area. Back for Ebanks Blake, who shoots against the crossbar. Crawley against Preston earlier in the season at Deepdale, which turned out to be a defeat for them, with North End winning by 2-0, of course. Bailey Wright and the man alongside me, Joe Garner, on the score sheet. Crawley now sending it in towards the penalty area, and it's poor defending, and Crawley have scored, and I think it's Anthony Wordsworth who has scored. Buchanan is running himself short, trying to pull a couple of men loose inside the penalty area. It goes in towards the near post. Huntington hits it and scores, and Preston are level. And Preston North End's Paul Huntington runs to the travelling 500 fans who have made the trip down south today. Here comes the Crawley corner in towards the box. It's scrapped away. Humphrey tries to clear it away. It comes back, and it's a great goal. And Lee Fowler, on his debut, having just come on, has put Crawley in front.
February would be a month to bounce back, and in some style, and would definitely be a month long remembered by Preston North End supporters. We would remember the anniversary of Sir Tom Finney's passing. Joe Garner returned to action after 10 weeks out injured, and it would be a perfect 5 out of 5 in the league.
Doyle, who wins it, maybe with the use of an arm in the midfield area, and Sheffield United come forward, and this is Murphy on the left-hand side. 2 to beat here, takes a deflection, and Stuckman can't keep it out, and Sheffield United, against the odds in this first half, have took the lead. Free kick for Preston now in a very dangerous area. Paul Gallagher standing over it, right on the edge of the box. He is a master from dead ball situations. Here he comes, and he scores! Top corner from Paul Gallagher. Who else? Preston's inspiration at the moment, and he scores to bring Preston level in this FA Cup tie. Laird's corner now for North End, trying to turn it around quickly here. Comes in towards Huntington at the near post. Paul Huntington scores for Preston. 2 goals in quick succession here at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United play it away, but comes straight back to the yellows of North End. Wiseman playing it down the right-hand side, and Humphrey might run onto it into the penalty area. He's brought down by McCaverley, and the referee points to the spot. Preston with a chance to surely win it now. Paul Gallagher with the spot kick. It's his familiar run-up as he turns, sprints, and scores! Sheffield United 1, Preston North End 3. Paul Gallagher with his second of the evening. There goes the full-time whistle. Preston have done it. They have come from behind in this FA Cup replay to knock out Sheffield United and set up an all-glamour tie at Deepdale against the Premier League big boys, Manchester United. What a night it has been for Simon Grayson's side. They have been terrific, and they are through in the FA Cup.
It was a big game today, a big incentive for the players to see what was round the corner with the attraction of possibly playing Manchester United. And I thought from minute one the players performed and carried out everything that we asked them to do. They worked extremely hard, they passed the ball in the right areas, they made the right decisions, and obviously it was a bit of a travesty that we went in 1-0 at half time down against the run of play. We had some good opportunities, keeper made some good saves. It's obviously could have been an opportunity for the players to feel sorry for themselves, but they kept going and had the belief to go and get a result. And obviously it's a fantastic night for everybody connected with Preston.
You know, I was confident going up to it. Josh was in me saying, scored one here last a few weeks ago, but I was confident of scoring, so it was nice to see it go in. From there on, I thought there was only going to be one winner, and it turned out to be that. We were on the front foot, we pressed them in. You know, they were looking tired, and in the end we were coming on stronger. And it was nice to see Hunt's header go in, then let's get the penalty and wrap it up and send the fans out home happy, and then get that big tie against Man United. For the whole football club, the supporters, I bet they're buzzing. I'm sure it'll be a packed Deepdale, and as players you want to play against the best teams in the world, and Man United are one of the biggest clubs in the world, so it'll be nice. When we went in, we asked what was the score, because you never know with the FA Cup, there's upsets, but it's nice, and as I said, the club, the fans, I bet they can't wait now.
Humphrey's first touch took him inside Willis, but couldn't get him away from Andy Webster, the Scottish international, tidying up. It's a poor ball from Clark this time, which actually comes off quite nicely for him as a miscontrol goes straight to Gallagher. Running towards the edge of the area, turns, looks up, trying to find a white shirt, little reverse pass, there's Davis' header! Fantastic goal for Preston North End. Lovely chip ball into the middle. Gallagher, calm, cool, collected on the edge of the area, chips the ball into the centre, and Kevin Davis heads home to make it Preston North End 1, Coventry City 0. And he's not really been on the score sheet this season so far, but Kevin Davis starts well, rises unchallenged in the centre, and heads home to make it Preston 1, Coventry City 0.
Kev's been a fantastic player in his career, and he's been waiting on that 149 mark for a long time. He's missed some good opportunities, but delighted that he's got his 150 today, and thoroughly deserved, and hopefully there's a few more.
Been a long time coming, hasn't it? Been a long drought. It's glad finally it's over and managed to pop one in the back of the net. Started to forget what it felt like, to be honest, so it's nice to get it out of the way now, and more importantly the 3 points as well.
Top and a chance here. It's going to be a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. It certainly wasn't inside the area. The ball over the top from Gallagher. Little back heel there. Wiseman with the ball into the area, headed away by Raglan. Davis creating space for himself. It's a decent cross, and it's a good header from Garner. And Preston North End take the lead. So Gallagher once more plays the ball in. And Clark was in there, and it's off the crossbar and headed home by Garner. And that's 2-0 to Preston, and surely that's the winning goal.
In the FA Cup, the eyes of the globe would descend on Deepdale for a famous Monday night under the spotlights.
Evening. Evening.
When, for a while at least, Preston North End felt like once again they were the best team in the world.
The big day has finally arrived for Preston North End. It's the visit of the Premier League giants Manchester United in the FA Cup, with the eyes of the world on Deepdale. 43 years have passed since the Lily Whites last met the Red Devils, but Simon Grayson knows what it's like to beat United in this competition. He did it with then League One Leeds at Old Trafford, with Jermaine Beckford getting the famous goal. Can Lightning strike twice tonight with North End? The winners know a place in the last 8 of the competition is up for grabs, with a home tie against Arsenal awaiting for the winners.
Tries to play it upfield again. Doesn't find Rooney though. Kevin Davis flicks it on towards Garner. Preston have started well in this second half, and Laird's running in towards the penalty area. He shoots, deflected, and Preston have scored! Preston are in front at the start of the second half. It's Scott Laird who scores, and what a famous goal it could be in the FA Cup for Preston North End. A sellout goal that certainly has got everybody on their feet here. And Scott Laird is the hero right at the beginning of the second half, with only a couple of minutes on the clock. It's Preston North End 1, Manchester United 0. Gallagher keeps hold of it and
finds Humphrey on the right-hand side. He plays it long, looking for Garner. He gets his head to it. He was on target, and it's a good save from David De Gea. Still, it's all hands on deck here to the defensive pump as Young stays onside into the penalty area, pulling it back for Herrera, who gets the shot away, and Manchester United are level. The Preston defence look towards the assistant for a flag, which isn't going to come. Valencia in space on the right-hand side for Manchester United now, looking to try and go on the outside. He crosses in towards the box, takes a deflection. Fellaini heading it down, Stuckman with the save. Fellaini again, and he scores. And Manchester United have turned it around with 2 goals in quick succession in this second half at Deepdale. Garner going to ground here, but not getting a free kick, and it falls to Fellaini. For Rooney now for Manchester United, who gets away from Huntington. Stuckman's come a long way out, and Rooney's took him out, and it's going to be a penalty. And Stuckman gets a yellow card. Here is Wayne Rooney now for Manchester United to put them through into the quarter-final, and he sends Stuckman the wrong way. And Manchester United have daylight now. Home fans still cheering and celebrating and lauding their team, who have been magnificent here tonight. Gallagher plays it in towards the far post, headed down at the back stick, but there goes the full-time whistle, and Manchester United are through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. They will play Arsenal in the next round. But what a fight Preston North End have put up this evening, and they gave the Premier League side a real scare when Scott Laird put Preston North End ahead at the beginning of the second half.
We said to the players in the pre-match talk, and obviously over leading up to it, that wanted the players to go out and work hard, express themselves, wake up in the morning, and they've done themselves justice. And I think most of them will wake up, all of them will wake up tomorrow, be tired physically, mentally, but they can be proud of what they've done, because they've carried out what we asked them to do. Sometimes you get the breaks, sometimes you don't get them against the top teams, but we've done immense work to try and get the result tonight. And unfortunately we've not got the result, but we've put on a performance and give a right good account of ourselves.
Obviously we knew Lady and Chrissy get forward all the time, and Lady's got it. He's got a great left foot, great strike on him, and he's hit it as hard as he could, and it's gone in. And I think we've probably gone for the second, and it just wasn't to be.
Just said second half, wing backs push on a little bit, and we can maybe cause them a little bit more problems in the attacking third. And obviously within a few minutes Scotland smashed one in, and you think it's going to be our night, but we dealt with things. I think the 3 goals, when you look at theirs, could be contentious. I'm not saying that all of them were bad decisions. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. But we can be proud of what we've done.
I actually tried to calm myself down. I didn't want to get too excited when Lady scored, because obviously the type of player I didn't want to sort of get too excited. So I tried to keep a cool head. But I mean, sometimes when you do that, you sort of take it all in. The atmosphere, like the lads talking, the atmosphere was unbelievable. The fans have come out in numbers, and they've backed us up. Even when the 3rd goal went in, I remember looking around the stands, and not one person was leaving the seats. Everyone was singing and clapping and getting behind us, and that was great to see. I mean, if we can get the atmosphere like that at every game until the end of the season, we give ourselves a great chance of progressing.
I think the football club could be very proud of what we've done over the last few days in terms of the build-up of it. The atmosphere there was fantastic. We want to draw from this experience now for the remaining 18 league games. We want supporters to coming back. We know that it's not going to be the case that come Saturday against Scunthorpe it's going to be a lot less people here. But we're going to put on performances to try and achieve our target of promotion that we started in July time.
Out for a Preston throw. This is John Welsh. Gallagher trying to get away from Bishop again, and Gallagher does well. He's taking on his next man, and Gallagher skips past him, and he lays it off in towards Robinson, in towards the penalty area. Now Johnson! Preston are in front. Daniel Johnson with his first goal for the club, with a huge helping hand from his old Aston Villa mate Callum Robinson. O'Neill gets it upfield, Bailey right in again strong, and he's impressed me this afternoon. Daniel Johnson the goal scorer, Robinson in some space on the left hand side, and Robinson it is who has it. He's just inside the penalty area, trying some step overs, drills it into, missed by the goalkeeper, and Humphrey across the face of goal, and Gallagher follows it up. 2-0 to Preston, surely game over with 20 minutes to go. Paul Gallagher gets the goal. It's his 12th goal of the season.
It's coming to the business end of the season now, and results are what matter.
you know, and that's what we're looking for. You know, obviously we want the performances going into the game, playing well, but you know, the main thing is the result, and that's what we did. Like I say, it was a big game coming off the Man U game, and it was a big game today, and we played well.
They start the evening 15 points behind Preston in the table, but it's very tight for that final couple of playoff places, and maybe Walsall will still have a chance and a hope of trying to get in and around there. As Ruler here tries to keep hold of it, squirms away from him though. Garner with a first-time ball out wide, and Humphrey's chasing after it. Henry is going to try and keep him back, but Humphrey is running at him now, and the Jamaican goes on the outside and tries to run in towards the box. He shrugs off the defender, pulls it back for Johnson! Goal for Preston! Daniel Johnson scores his second in 2 games for North End here at Deepdale. Garner trying to get it out towards Robinson. And now back towards Laird. Grayson will be hoping that the North End team that came out early on will come out early in the second half. And here's Gallagher, who rattles the crossbar with a long-range effort, and Garner follows it up and headers wide. But what an effort that was from Paul Gallagher to warm us up at the start of a cold second half. And here it comes towards the near post, and Clark's arriving, and it's hit the post again for Preston. The second time in quick succession at the start of this second half.
But I say, since the Man United game, I think we've got a lot of confidence from it, and we've looked good. So, you know, I had confidence in us to finally get a goal, and when we did, I thought that, you know, we were comfortable. They had a few chances at the end, but I thought we had a lot of chances again today. But, you know, as long as we're winning, if it's 1-0 and we're grinding it up and we go up, then who cares at the end of it? So, you know, we'll keep going, we'll keep doing what we're best at, we'll keep doing it, keep going, and we'll see where it takes us.
Gallagher will probably whip this one in better now. Here it comes in towards the penalty area. Huntington arriving and scores. Preston are in front in the first 60 seconds of this one, and Paul Huntington continues his remarkable goal-scoring form. Laird does keep it in play, and he plays it up towards Garner and flicks on for now Daniel Johnson. Johnson on the edge of the penalty area and goes for goal and scores. 3-3 now for Daniel Johnson on his return to Boundary Park. And the Preston midfielder is very much in form. Gallagher looks for Johnson now, who brushes off Kelly and now finds Robinson on the left-hand side. It's a chase for Robinson, which he does well. Laird's in some space as Robinson plays it in. Garner's following it up. 3-0 to Preston. The perfect response at the start of the second half, just as Oldham were looking good. And Joe Garner back in the goals, gets 15 for the season now. And now Welsh playing it forward for Robinson to chase after again. Dieng has to go after it, and Robinson stops it going out of play. Ebanks Blake tries to get there and manages to win it too, and he fires it back for Beckford. It's 4-0 to Preston now. The icing on the cake at the end of this one, and the goal difference is certainly going to be helped.
We started well, got the goal through Paul Huntington, then Daniel Johnson's hit an absolutely screamer in, and then from then on we've dictated the game. We've played with discipline, shape and organisation, but ruthlessness when we've brought forward in the second half to get the third and fourth and potentially more as well as that.
That's 5 wins in a row and 5 clean sheets. You're finding momentum at a good time.
Yeah, look, it's going okay. We're not going to get carried away. We've got to keep doing the right things. We've been very good today. We go again on Tuesday night, so there's a desire to score at one end of the pitch and keep clean sheets at the other.
March, and the unbeaten league run continues. Daniel Johnson made it a personal 4 in a row against Doncaster. The team would register their biggest win of the season against Crewe Alexandra, when Joe Garner and Jermaine Beckford proved an instant hit in their first ever start together.
Manages to find Robinson, he gives it back to Laird on the left-hand side. Now Robinson on the edge of the box for Gallagher, touching it towards Johnson on his left foot, inside of the post and in, and Daniel Johnson just cannot stop scoring. 4-4 now for the midfielder, and after Doncaster's good start to this game, it's Preston who take the lead. It's Preston 1, Doncaster 0. Hoppinger trying to run back onto it. He's on the edge of the penalty area, dancing through here in towards the box, and it might fall for a chance for Doncaster, and they've equalised, and it's Harry Forrester who have scored in the final 10 minutes. And the two teams vying for promotion this year are level. Doncaster still have it with Warburton on the right-hand side, crossing it deep in towards the penalty area. Main tries to get there, and he scores! And Doncaster have got two in the space of a couple of minutes. Kilkenny playing it in towards the box. Clark trying to get his head to it. Kevin Davis back across there, won't fall for Huntington, and Scott Laird has to backtrack, and Preston trying to play it long again, looking for Huntington to fix it on Beckford. Yes! Preston have equalised right at the end, and Jermaine Beckford with what could be a priceless goal in injury time equalises against Doncaster.
No disrespect to all the other players on the pitch, I'm not sure too many others would have been able to score that goal because of the quality that it took from the angle that it was. Composed, side-footed past the keeper. That's why he's played at the highest level.
Overall, I think we're quite disappointed that we didn't come away with all 3 points, obviously. But you know, to show the character that we've got in the dressing room to come back from such a setback, I think is we can only take it as a positive.
What we've done out there tonight has helped us with securing a point and taking us into the top two. What we're going to do now is try and stay there till the rest of the season. Lots of games still to be coming up. Obviously a big one at the weekend, but we'll make sure that we're prepared properly and really give it our best chance and opportunity to stay where we are now.
It's in our hands now, so we need to focus on what we're doing and not worry about what anybody else is doing. Once I know the manager and everybody knows, once we stick to that and stick to our game plan, we shouldn't have any problems.
It's with Anthony Kay now. Forward it goes towards halfway where Devante Cole has to retreat to get to the ball, and again North End have recognised it and applying the pressure with Garner. He's worked it in towards Robinson. Robinson's in on goal and he's there into the corner of the net, and Preston North End have taken the lead. And North End have sent everybody forward bar Welsh and Humphrey to attack this corner kick routine. It's a chip ball into the box this time. Huntington, and it's 2-0 Preston North End. Paul Huntington has doubled the lead. It's Preston 2 and Cadons 0.
The Preston front men just finding a little bit of space in between the Crew midfield and defence, and despite the presence of Alan Tate, he hasn't been able to quite get to grips with everyone yet, as this is headed away by the Crew defence again. John Welsh finding Garner now on the edge of the box, running in towards the penalty area and scores! And Preston North End's early goal does come, and guess who? It's Joe Garner. Gallagher on the left-hand side, looking to try and cross in towards the box, and Garner's arriving and scores! Great header there from Joe Garner, from excellent delivery from Gallagher down the left-hand side. As Tate plays this one forward, Haber flicks it on, but Jose now touching it forward. This could be a chance for Crew, who do get a goal back, and it's a chance that has been scored by Oliver Turnton. Square towards Laird on the left-hand side. Looks it long and looks for Beckford, who tries to win it. Daniel Johnson reaching it now and running it forward, looking for a bit of room in the middle, and it comes towards Garner now, who turns and tries to curl it, and that's a stunning goal from Joe Garner, who completes his hat-trick in sensational style. He can do no wrong in a Preston North End shirt. It's his second hat-trick of the season, and it's secured the 3 points for Preston this afternoon, and it's ended the hoodoo that Crew have over the Lily Whites over the last couple of years. Preston North End 3, Crew Alexander 1, and it's a Joe Garner hat-trick. Beckford here shrugs off the defender, running in towards the penalty area, looking to try and score off the post, and Garner will finish it off for a fourth. Kenny crosses it in towards the penalty area. Beckford here brings it down, looks for a goal himself, which he duly obliges with, and that is some finish from Jermaine Beckford, and it's getting better and better and better for Preston here this afternoon. It's 5 now against Crew Alexandra.
What about Joe Garner? He's 4 goals, 20 for the season now, magnificent.
Well, obviously he's been a miss throughout that period of time, but that's football, it happens. You make sure that you try and come through them spells, and we did say last week that, and he said it himself, we felt that he was getting back to his sharpness, and he's a handful in his all-round play, you know what I mean, that he gets in the right places at the right time, does Joe. He'll thank some of the players who assisted along the way today, like Gary's ball for his header. It was a great ball. I think Jermaine thought he'd scored for Joe's fourth when he couldn't miss, though. He's obviously reflects back and thankful for the contribution of the players have played their part in it all. But all round, a great team performance, and we'll accept that every day of the week.
You're apparently the first Preston North End player to score 4 goals in a match since Alex Bruce in 1978, so that's not bad company to be keeping.
Yeah, it's always nice to score obviously hat-trick, and to get 4's a bonus, but I'm happy with the 3 points, and we're sat nice in the league now and got a massive game Tuesday.
You know, when we go forward and get in their final third, we look like we're going to create something, but I must say Peterborough do as well. When they've had it in our half of the pitch, especially our final third, they look like they can get a goal at any opportunity.
It's Johnson now for Preston, and he scores! Daniel Johnson scores again at Deepdale, and it could be a vital goal in this one against promotion challengers Peterborough. And Johnson does well, gets himself out of trouble. 2 Peterborough players run into each other, and Preston are immediately on the attack down the left-hand side. Robinson taking on Smith now, trying to go on the outside, where Gallagher will run onto it, and he skips away from Smith easily enough. He's into the box now, trying to pull it back for Beckford! 2-0 to Preston, and surely game, set and match now. Jermaine Beckford scores his 4th goal in 5 games, and with 10 minutes to go, Peterborough have got an uphill battle now. Preston 2, Peterborough 0.
Tonight, Paul, you overtake Carlos Tevez as the man to make 100 appearances on loan at one club in Britain. How does that kind of record sit with you? Because I'm assuming you like to be playing for the club you're signed to on a more permanent basis, whoever that club may be.
Yeah, I just enjoy playing football, and I've been lucky enough that I've been at this club for 3 loan deals and managed to get to 100 appearances. Hopefully it's a lot more, but it's a proud moment for me. Just I know it's a loan, but to play 100 games at one club is a good achievement. Hopefully, as I said, it can be a lot more and a few more goals to come. But no, it's not about me. It's about getting 3 points, and I want to try and help this club get to where it wants to be and even higher. And we're all pushing in the right direction, and it's a team game. It's not an individual game. As I said, playing 100 games is fantastic, but the most important thing is the 3 points.
Laird now looking for Robinson. Lets it run across him. Looking to turn and get the block. Still has it, does Robinson. Looking to beat his man, which he's done. He's by the dead ball line, and Huntington tries to meet it, and Garner will hit it, and Preston have scored. And Joe Garner is the one who has done it for the Lily Whites. And with less than 10 minutes to go in this first half, Joe Garner gets his 21st goal of the season. Ansley are coming forward again, and it's with O'Sullivan on the right-hand side. Holgate crosses towards Iberi, and the substitute has scored, and he's levelled things up for Barnsley. Fleetwood have got everybody in and around the penalty area to defend. Gallagher with the free kick. Here it comes, and it's a good ball in, but it's cleared away. Falls to Johnson, who's trying to curl it. And what a way to curl it! Daniel Johnson scores. Preston have the early advantage in this local derby affair in the first 10 minutes. And Daniel Johnson continues his goal-scoring run. It's 6 now for the season in a Preston North End shirt. Fleetwood 0, Preston North End 1. Here it comes now, and Clark heads it down, and it's stopped by the goalkeeper on the line. Maxwell across there to his left-hand side as Fleetwood try to break with Forbes on the right-hand side. Hunter telling him to bring it with him as he lays it off to Hunter now. Hunter rolling it in field and trying to find Ball, who has got good feet as he tries to lob the goalkeeper, and he's done it, and he's scored. David Ball with the equaliser, a spectacular equaliser at that too.
April would start well, and end well, but with a little wobble in the middle when they would squander the lead in 3 matches, including against the league's eventual champions, which would ultimately cost North End a spot at the top of the table. April still saw Deepdale celebrate a winner though, when, down the road at Aintree, many clouds made it a 3rd Grand National win for the club owner, Mr Trevor Hemmings. And it was backed by many happy Preston punters, who also had a feeling this wouldn't be a season they'd see their favourite football team fall at the final fence either.
I should understand by now, it's not I had to win the Grand National to keep paying the wages. I wanted to just come and say how pleased I am to bring the first trophy home for you. There you are, the Grand National trophy.
Back on the pitch, Joe Garner and Jermaine Beckford would combine to score 5 between them in the final 2 matches, Garner grabbing a hat-trick. It wouldn't be the last one we'd see this season.
We'd love a goal before half-time to set things up. As it's played in, Beckford tries to get there and it falls to Beckford, and that's a great finish from Jermaine Beckford, who scores from nothing with 10 minutes to go to half-time, and it's exactly what Preston wanted at the start of this busy and crucial Easter weekend. Beckford back amongst the goals. It's Preston 1, Rochdale 0. And Joe Garner's trying to run through here after being pulled forward, and Rutis pulls him back, and the referee goes over to have a look at Christopher Rutis, and it's a straight red card for the Bradford City defender, Scott Laird. It'll be interesting to see what happens now after those double changes, and Beckford might have an early opportunity here as he's challenged in the 18-yard box. Penalty for Preston. Turns, shoots, and saved by the goalkeeper, and he follows up and scores for Preston. Chris Humphrey will follow it up, and it comes back in. Meredith looks to try and leave it, and it's Johnson, top corner, 2-0 to Preston. The celebrations can really start now against 10-man Bradford. Joe Garner gets it out towards Humphrey on the right-hand side, and Humphrey's shot takes a deflection, and it's 3 for Preston. Great goal and great scenes of celebration.
It may be Grand National Day, but there is another important race taking place in League One right now. The race for promotion. The top 2 in League One are at Deepdale this afternoon to do battle as we enter the league's final furlong. Humphrey to take this throw in. Finds Daniel Johnson. Johnson skips in field on the left foot before trapping the ball and poking it round the corner to Gallagher. Gallagher finds Humphrey. High standing cross towards the back post. Garner back across goal. Here goes Gallagher inside the area. Gallagher. Yeah! Jermaine Beckford has given North End the lead in this top of the table clash. It's Preston North End 1, Bristol City 0. Jermaine Beckford the goal scorer. Marlon Pack plays it short to Freeman. Pack chips it into the penalty area. Who gets the head down? Jack King will hook it clear, only half clear. He was worked towards the back post, heading back across goal and in. And Bristol City through Aidan Flint have got themselves an equaliser. It might even be Aaron Wilburn who got the final touch.
Preston have had a number of great chances as Garner flicks this one forward. Beckford down for Gallagher, and now the chance could come, and it's Beckford! There it is! Jermaine Beckford scores for the 5th game in a row here at Deepdale, and it's exactly what Preston have deserved in this first half. Got a couple of options as he tries to find Loft, but he's muscled out of it, and now it's Beckford in behind the defence again. He's been pushed quite wide though as he runs onto the ball. Robinson is arriving in support on the left. Garner waits in the middle. Robinson's still going now, waiting for the shot, and Robinson does find the shot, and he scores! And that is some goal from Callum Robinson. An injury time at the end of the first half, and Preston have cleared daylight now between themselves and Gillingham. As John Marquis here plays this one in, and McGlashan tries to get there, and he's pulled on back for Gillingham.
And now all of a sudden it is serious. As Gillingham play this one in, and it goes up towards Legg, who gets his head to it, and Gillingham have equalised. Unbelievably, the big defender up from the back has applied a sucker blow, which could well cost Preston the advantage in the automatic promotion race. Corner from Gallagher, played in again. Huntington trying to reach it. Johnson follows it up, and Preston are in front, and it's Daniel Johnson again. He cannot stop scoring for Preston, and on the road he has added to his total. 8 for the season, now in a Preston North End shirt. This is Marshall, who's had a bit of a freer role rather than hugging the touchline in this second half, and as Marshall plays it in, Pope's trying to get there, and Clark pulls him down, and it's a penalty. O'Connor against Johnson. He takes it and fires the goalkeeper the wrong way to put Port Vale level. Gallagher plays it forward, and Garner tries to get on the end of it. Huntington tries to keep it back in, and it's a high up and under there, and Chris Neal comes and punches it away, and Preston strike the crossbar and send it over, and well, the goalkeeper is left in trouble again, and I wonder if Preston have got a penalty, and it's a red card, and Port Vale have had a man sent off. Ready now from the spot, he runs up and scores! Preston are back in front, and the celebrations can start again at Vale Park. Yates plays it long. Pope tries to get there, and Walsh has just caught his man, and it's another penalty for Port Vale. Here is O'Connor this time, and he goes the same way and scores, and it's Preston who have been pegged back for the second time, and Port Vale have got themselves a share of the spoils. Neil Johnson finds Paul Huntington. Preston just keeping themselves cool and calm at the moment and not getting too flustered. That's a good header from Garner, and now it's Gallagher looking for Beckford, who turns it well and scores! Fabulous goal from Jermaine Beckford at a crucial stage of the season. He gets his 11th for Preston North End. Daniel Johnson with his left foot can pick out Gallagher now. Preston not quite able to find the ball in as Tom Clark does cross it in, and that's a good header, and it's saved on the line. Garner trying to follow it up, and it is going to be a goal for Preston, and it's Joe Garner who celebrates his double after being named the League One Player of the Year and collecting the Goal of the Year accolade on Sunday night. Here's Jones on the edge of the penalty area. Huntington trying to knock this down, and it's Spencer. Here we go again. Notts County have got one back with 20 minutes to go. Sam Johnston with the ball upfield. Garner heads it away. Beckford down for Daniel Johnson. And now Johnson again, finding Beckford, and this could be a chance to win it for Preston, and it's Beckford, and it's a goal for Preston! And that will surely seal the 3 points, and it's a massive, massive 3 points for North End, with games fast running out at the top of the League One season. The promotion shootout comes down to the final home game of the season. Preston know a win today, coupled with defeats for MK Dons, would seal a place back in the Championship next season, but it rarely happens as easy as that, so expect more twists and turns along the way. Swindon arrive at Deepdale having been in the automatic promotion mix most of the season, but they've lost their form since Easter and now look ahead to the playoffs. That's the lottery that Lily Whites are desperate to avoid. They sit in second place with a 1 point advantage and a chance to seal the deal with a win on a massive afternoon of League One action. Paul Gallagher is ready with the free kick, and right-footed from the left-hand side, it's played in, but it doesn't reach the penalty area, it's headed away. John Welsh plays it back to Gallagher, and Gallagher whips a better ball in now, and Garner might try and get there. It is Garner! Perfect start for Joe Garner and Preston North End in the first 2 minutes. A lofted ball forward, find the top scorer, he lobbed the goalkeeper, and did exactly what Simon Grayson and his team would have dreamt of. Johnson and Gallagher stand over it. It's Gallagher who plays it in. Garner's header, 2-0! Just before half-time, there's clear daylight between the two, and it's a huge relief that Joe Garner has brought. 2 for him, 1 at the start and 1 at the end of this first half. Here's Beckford now, running square against the crossbar. Garner follows it up, and it's a hat-trick for Joe Garner. His third hat-trick of the season, and at the beginning of the second half, Preston have surely wrapped up the 3 points, and it's going to go down to the final day at Colchester for the Lily Whites to seal a place back in the Championship.
It's a massive 3 points for us. Sends into the last game knowing that if we win then we get promoted. So yeah, it's a big 3 points. The lads played well out there, and so just happy to come away with the points.
To win 3-0, clean sheet, obviously we're delighted. What happens at other football matches and grounds, we can't affect that. Obviously what's happened today is we've gone 18 games still unbeaten, and we've got a 1-game season coming up.
We all know what we've got to do, and like I say, we'll prepare well this week, and we'll be ready for the game on Sunday.
May was ultimately marvellous. But first, they needed to complete the regular season with a trip to Colchester. North End headed to Essex knowing a win would see them promoted, while the home team needed the points to avoid relegation. Preston, though, picked up the wrong script.
The two teams are out onto the field. It is the day of reckoning for Preston North End. After 45 league games, it comes down to the final match this afternoon. 10 minutes gone at the start of this second half, and it's Colchester who've got a chance now as Sam Johnston goes in and brings down the Colchester man, and it's a penalty. Huge moment now in the season. It's Porter against Johnson, and it's over the top. He's missed it. A big let-off for Preston, who celebrate it like a goal. Laird tries to get this one out of his feet and find Gallagher, and he does well to control it. Now it's Daniel Johnson. He plays it in, and Garner's there with the header, and it's just gone wide. It was a really good chance. The tension is unbelievable as Colchester again have it with Porter, who missed the penalty, and they scored. And it's the substitute who's just come on who has got it, and that could be the end of Preston's hopes. It's going to be a win on the final day for Colchester to keep them up, as they just whack it away upfield. All eyes on the referee, and he blows the whistle, and Colchester have a win on the final day that at the moment looks to have kept them up, as Preston lose out on the very last day to MK Dons, who are going to go up in the second automatic promotion place.
Simon, after a day like that, what did you say in the dressing room?
Very difficult to get words out to the players, because obviously I'm just as disappointed as they are and devastated by what's happened today. But it's football, it happens, there's worse things that can happen in life, but obviously we've got to pick ourselves up very quickly. What we have emphasised to the players is that we have now got a second opportunity still to get promoted into the Championship, and preparation starts on Tuesday, game on Thursday, and then Sunday, so we haven't got any time to wallow in self-pity or anything. We've got to be positive, we've got to be bright, we've got to go again on Thursday night at Chesterfield. Tough game, but we have still got a second opportunity to get promoted.
Just gutted that we couldn't do it. We felt if we stayed in the game we'd always create chances. Obviously they missed the pen and it didn't. Really should have pushed us on a little bit more after that, and just disappointed in the changing room, but we've got to go again quickly.
What we've got to do is get to Chesterfield, make that roaring noise that we can do, back to Deepdale on the Sunday, and potentially still get to Wembley.
And so, for the 10th time, Preston North End would find themselves in the playoffs. With just 4 days to recover from losing at Colchester, they would then take it out on Chesterfield.
Well, the mental challenge is certainly greater for Preston tonight.
but the quick turnaround may help them in that respect. This is going to run for Beckford, who's in and takes the chance inevitably. Gifted the opportunity, and he was merciless.
It's a perfect start for a team that's looking to recover from a devastating loss at the weekend. So a little late, there's a slight nudge down Ghana's back, but ends up falling at the feet of Beckford, and in that position you really fancy Jermaine Beckford to finish there. It's a delicate little chip over the onrush and Tommy Lee. Wonderful finish. We've started ever so brightly now, Preston.
And the inquest will begin. How it found its way through there, but delight for Simon Grayson, and all the demons quickly banished.
It was a feisty encounter. There was a few tackles flying in, and both teams having a right good goal. And full credit to Chesterfield, made it a good game. And as we did, we had some good chances. So overall, we're satisfied, but we've still got a job to do.
Preston are a step away from a Wembley playoff final. The Lily Whites hold the advantage going into this second leg. Only half a job's been done so far. Jermaine Beckford's calm finish put North End ahead, but the Spy-Rights are not out of this yet. Promotion was cruelly ripped away from Preston last Sunday. 7 days on, they're looking to create new memories and set up a big occasion down Wembley Way.
Both teams, I think, just happy to take a bit of a breather because it's been a pretty frantic opening 35 minutes. But it's Chesterfield on the march again now with Morsey trying to find Clucas, who's into the penalty area now, and it's a good save by Sam Johnston, who flicks it up over the bar. Here's a free kick now which Woods takes and plays it forward. Joe Garner against Everett, and it falls to Beckford, who tries to turn. That's a great goal, and Jermaine Beckford hits a massive blow against Chesterfield in this playoff semi-final. Joe Garner's flick on found Jermaine Beckford. He did the business on Thursday night, and he's doing it again this afternoon at Deepdale. Just before half-time, Preston take the advantage. It's Preston 1, Chesterfield 0, and how crucial could that goal be? Beckford, who clears it up towards Garner, who does really well to flick it on, and now Neil Kilkenny's running forward, and Daniel Johnson's there too. It's going to be just ahead of Johnson, and Murphy comes and brings him down, and it's going to be a penalty, and Preston can put the game to bed now. Garner is ready. He steps up now, and scores! And Preston are going to be playing in the final at Wembley. A few of their fans already have headed through the exit doors. They're going to make their trip home. Ryan on the right-hand side, back for Gardner. Only Wright does well, holds him off, and Beckford skips away from one. And now Beckford trying to lob the goalkeeper, and he does! And what a strike from Jermaine Beckford, who seals the victory with a plum, with a fine long-range strike. And Preston start the celebrations early here. We are going to Wembley in the League One playoff final, and Jermaine Beckford has scored 3 goals in this semi-final. There goes the full-time whistle. Preston have done it. They will be in the League One playoff final after a fine display over 2 legs against Chesterfield this season. 2 goals from Jermaine Beckford, a penalty from Joe Garner means that they win 3-0 here today after winning 1-0 at Thursday. And it is the Preston team who are celebrating with the fans here today.
It's a great day for us all in the club, and now we've got to try and finish the job off at Wembley. So Preston usually do it the hard way, so we'll carry that through, and hopefully we can get a good result at Wembley and send all these home happy.
Towards the end of the game, my legs started to go a little bit, and it's the only option I had, so I just thought, you know what, why not have a go and see what happens. And you know, the way my luck's been at the moment, it's managed to fly in, so I'm very, very happy with that.
you know, what Jermaine can do, and he's got the audacity to try them things. We brought him to the club because we know he can score goals. We knew that what we were getting, we know how to work him, he knows how to work us. And ultimately, he's come up with the goods. He's behind me now. Celebrating. And he still owes me some fine money.
You're not getting it. He's not getting it.
But that's exactly what he does. We've got a good relationship. We get on, and hopefully he's got a few more goals left in him in a couple of weeks' time.
May the 24th, 2015, Wembley. We had been here before, of course. The playoffs and Preston North End, though, weren't words that had previously gone together and ended in success. But this time, it felt different. It was different. It wasn't a case of 10th time lucky. There was no luck there. It was a perfect performance that would end with playoff promotion.
The two teams emerging onto the field now amidst a blaze of noise. One game, one moment, one chance. It's a Wembley showpiece final for Preston with one aim: promotion to the Championship. After coming so close in the regular season, there's no room for error now. Simon Grayson and his men will start favourites, but it won't be easy against Swindon. The Lily Whites have the big names and the experience of playing at the higher level, but it's a question of winning tonight at this famous stadium.
John Welsh wins the ball back and he finds Gallagher, who immediately sets Beckford forward, and it's a first run there for the Preston striker, who has his heels clipped and he's brought down, and the referee gives a free kick to the Lily Whites on the edge of the penalty area.
Preston have all the height of the big defenders in there too, and it's Gallagher who plays it in towards the far post, and it's an early goal for Preston, and it's Jermaine Beckford who has scored it. Just the start that Simon Grayson wanted in the first 3 minutes here at Wembley. It's 6 in 6 now for Beckford, and he is firing North End to glory in this playoff campaign. Preston 1, Swindon 0, and what a start! Scenes of celebration right from the off here at Wembley. It's been an excellent start from Preston in the first 11 minutes. Jermaine Beckford's early goal capping it off, as Preston look to make the most of this second chance that the playoffs have given them to try and earn promotion to the Championship. Clark goes long this time, looking for Beckford, who brings it down, and the defender just got in there at the nick of time to turn it behind for a corner kick. It was almost an inch perfect ball. Can Preston's first half get even better with Gallagher's free kick played in, and it's allowed to bounce in the Swindon penalty area, and Welsh trying to chase after it, and he's got there, and Gallagher will play it back in. Beckford tries to get there, and it's a second goal, and it's Paul Huntington who has doubled the advantage for the Lily Whites. The big defender, who at the start of the season couldn't get a look in, has now scored a huge goal in the playoff final, and he goes straight to the manager, Simon Grayson, to celebrate. And Paul Huntington gets his 9th goal of the season, and Preston are 2-0 up against Swindon with just 13 minutes on the clock. And what a fantastic, unbelievable start we have seen at Wembley for the Lily Whites. From the corner it was played in. Swindon initially cleared it away, but Gallagher got it back again on the left-hand side, and he curled it in perfectly for Huntington. A couple of minutes to go to half-time. There will probably be a couple of minutes added on at the end of this first half because of the injury to Nathan Thompson in the first 90 seconds or so.
Here's Byrne now teasing Alan Brown, and the cross does come in, and it's headed wide, and it's a great chance for Swindon to get back into it, and it's Michael Smith on the far post.
And that was essentially their first shot at goal. And they've had a lot of possession and crosses and stuff, but in terms of shots, that's been all.
There's another chance now for Beckford, who is just on the edge of the penalty area, and he scores! Jermaine Beckford does it again, 3-0 to Preston before half-time, and surely it is already game over here at Wembley. Preston North End on the cusp of the championship now. Jermaine Beckford with a brace in this first half. His second, another sublime strike. There is nothing that Jermaine Beckford cannot do in a Preston shirt at the moment. And the fans around us in the Preston end here at Wembley think it is all over. But we haven't reached half-time. Anything could still happen, but Preston lead by 3-0, and it's Jermaine Beckford who has got the third, and it's another fantastic finish. Simon Grayson in the technical area will be inside, really excited, and here's Beckford put through from a mistake, and it could be a hat-trick for Jermaine Beckford, and that's a great save from Wes Fodringham. The Leewrights have reached the playoff final on 3 previous occasions, but never here at the new Wembley, once at the old one, twice at Cardiff. And of course they've come so close to reaching the promised land of the Premier League down the years, and no doubt that will be the target if things can be sorted out the rest of this game. Here's Johnson now for Preston, trying to win it back, and it's Jermaine Beckford who's through again. Surely he will complete his hat-trick this time. It's a tight angle, but he scores, and Jermaine Beckford completes his hat-trick, and he completes Preston's win here at Wembley. And Simon Grayson and his team will be playing Championship football next season. There will be no doubt about that now. Jermaine Beckford in this playoff campaign has been nothing short of sensational, and his hat-trick here at Wembley has capped off a fine individual display from him. But for the Lily-Whites fans, the party really can start. Preston 4, Swindon 0, half an hour still to play, but it's game over. Preston are going back to the Championship. As there goes the full-time whistle, Preston North End have done it. It's a day nobody will forget here at Wembley. Jermaine Beckford's hat-trick and a Paul Huntington goal has sealed the Lily-Whites win here in the League One playoff final. And we are back in the Championship. Simon Grayson has done it again. And now the party really will start. The 10th time of asking, Preston are the playoff winners and are going up to the Championship. Absolute joy here at Wembley. Jermaine Beckford slides down in delight before being showered with champagne. The hat-trick hero here at Wembley has helped Preston to promotion.
Everything's a blur. It's all a blur, and it's something that I've enjoyed it. I've just enjoyed playing. I enjoyed scoring. I enjoyed being a part of it, and you know that in itself is priceless.
Another way to do it. There's much better than one more next year. They showed the character and the spirit. What's been a real good season so far, regardless of what happened today. We've only lost 7 games, I think, all season, and that takes some doing. And we've got some quality, we've got some characters, and I think we've got our just rewards today.
It's been a tough season, and to come here and finish the job, it's just unbelievable. Can't believe it.
To win at Wembley 4-0, no better feeling in the world, and like I said to them fans, 10th time lucky.
Last year hurt so much, it even hurts now. And we've got this guy here celebrating so hard, he's cut his eye with his medal. What a dipstick.
It hasn't sunk in yet. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back to Preston. Now we're in a big night tonight, I'll be honest, but it's bank holiday, all Preston fans are there. But no, like you say, from going from how we felt at the end of the season to doing what we've done in the playoffs, I think we've proved that we're the second or third best team in the league, and the lads deserve it for the character that they've shown, and the staff, and for the fans that have backed us and come here today, came to Colchester and came throughout the season. That's for them.
I'll be honest with you, I've not had a chance for it to set in yet. I'm still kind of... it just feels surreal, if I'm honest with you. But it's a feeling and an emotion that I'm looking forward to feeling on that journey back up north.
The club's in a good place, got good owners, good manager. Most of all, the team spirit is massive, and the support we've got is magnificent as well. And I'm not usually stuck for words, but you know, it's been a great day.
It's a great day for the football club, and the supporters have travelled down here with no trains and ridiculous kick-off times. Showed what they're capable of doing, and the today is for everybody connect with the club, because this club is as one, as we keep talking about today, that believe that we can achieve stuff, stick together as a club and a city, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people enjoying tonight, tomorrow, probably the next couple of weeks.